That's how I start off all my videos. This is the only time I want to talk about these two things. Whether they will be or will not be, that remains to be seen. In no particular order. So there's a lot of protesting going on in regards to I'm not sure if this is a thing yet. I just assume it's a thing. The ALM, Asian Lives Matter. Okay, let me break it down like this. Where was ALM during the LA race riots? Where was ALM when Jeremy Lin was called the coronavirus? For those that don't know, Jeremy Lin is I guess he's somewhat famous basketball player. You could probably beat the majority of lay people like us, but where was ALM during the Japanese internment camps, the work camps that took place on American soil? Where was our Martin Luther King? Where was our Malcolm X? Where were those people that risked their lives and lost their lives trying to make a difference? Where was all the brouhaha, all the hubbub back then? Where's our Elie Wiesel? Where are these people that represent all these other groups of people except ours? Where was this group when a student who I fondly know pretty well, where were they when this student contemplated bringing a weapon to school because he feared for his own life? I'm not going to give any details about that, but I'm just saying it happens. And it was happening before Columbine, before Sandy Hook, before any of this stuff started. It's just that nobody was paying attention, because there wasn't a person or a group to guide this so-called movement. I'm not trying to be pessimistic. I'm not trying to be, bitter. I'm just pointing out from my experience the facts that I saw. And hopefully this is the last time I will talk about this. Do I hope there's good news on the horizon? Do I hope there's change for the better? Of course. Am I optimistic? I don't know. So, on another topic, people have asked me why I really don't talk about those two books I wrote much, especially on this channel. I don't know how to explain it. In case you're wondering, maybe I should include some links in the description to those books, but maybe I'll do that. My first book, called Could Have Been Crazy, hence that's where the title of this YouTube channel comes from, of course. But you guys didn't know that. I wrote that book because I felt like everything needed to be documented, that I wouldn't go crazy somewhere and somehow disappear or lose my life, that there would be a record of all the good and bad things that happened that influenced my life. I wish it could have been under better circumstances, but a memoir is a memoir, an autobiography is an autobiography. Much to the disbelief of many people, there were not many, if any significant number of parts where stuff was just made up. Like, all that shit I talk about in the book, it happened. I mean, I don't know how else to explain it. My second book, Extrasensory. It was just my stab at fiction. I thought it was an interesting plot, but a lot of people were freaked out by it. But what I think they don't understand is that a lot of mainstream books are about these kind of risque topics that people don't want to talk about, but they rather read about it in their privacy because it's like an outlet for them to, for some people, out of morbid curiosity, as, oh, that's what this is about. Oh, okay. I don't want to advertise that I'm reading this in front of other people, so I'm just going to read it in the privacy of my own home. In regards to Could Have Been Crazy, there were like more like 2 or 3 sales that happened, like individual sales of the Amazon Kindle book that I published it on. There were 2 or 3 sales in Japan in a row, so I thought that was interesting. I guess maybe there were some English-speaking Japanese people out there who wanted to know what an Asian American's perspective was. I don't know. I hope they enjoyed it. I never heard back about, they don't give me, Amazon doesn't give me the name and address of like these people that buy my book, but it gives me the analytics and the royalties, descriptions, etc. So there's that. I'll include descriptions to those books. If you guys want to check them out, check them out. If you don't, I probably won't hear about them. I mean, the amount of royalties I collect right now is so minuscule that, like, hopefully it stays up on the website. I hope it stays up on. I have a hard copy, obviously, but I hope it stays up on the website. Yeah. So sorry if these 2 topics were a little random, but let's just chalk it up. The pandemic. It is very difficult to stay optimistic. It is very difficult to be positive about a lot of things. It's just like, I'm always a proponent of saying that if you have a roof over your head and food in your belly, that things really aren't that bad. But I want people to take a look at Alana Pierce's short film, video, whatever, which sort of showcased her life in and during the pandemic. And it's really not that far off from the rest of us. The only difference is seeing is believing. When you see someone suffering and going through similar things you are, it hits you harder because you see that and you ask yourself, is that me? Is how ridiculous this short film seems, is that how I've been living my life? The purpose of that film, I'm not sure. I don't think it needs to have a purpose, but I'll link that in the description too. But yeah, I mean, what can you do, right? So Asian lives matter. I guess it took a while for them to matter, unfortunately. All right, thanks for watching, guys.